Hi, I'm Eli Roth. Welcome to Trailers from Hell. Today we'll be taking a look at Forbidden Planet, one of my favorite science fiction films and one of my favorite sci-fi trailers. Alright, Forbidden Planet. I love the way this trailer starts. Even these credits were very influential in the Star Wars lettering. There are so many things in Forbidden Planet that have influenced science fiction movies. And this was one of the first movies that really took science fiction very seriously. There had really never been special effects done like this before. And Gene Roddenberry has often said that Star Trek was extremely influenced by Forbidden Planet. And I mean, there have been entire books written about this movie, so I'm never going to sum up what's great about this film in 3 minutes. But the designer of Robby the Robot, you'll see, also designed Lost in Space. I love kind of how this movie combines the future, but it still really retains the essence of what I love about 50s movies. Like, look at that hair. Leslie Nielsen's hair is amazing.
Who are you?
Morbius of the Bellerophon.
Oh, Dr. Morbius, my orders are to survey the situation on Altair 4.
Commander, if you set down on this planet, I warn you that I cannot be answerable for the safety of your ship or your crew.
It's got these fantastic, kind of flawless special effects, but here's Walter Pidgeon is really fantastic as Dr. Morbius in this. And Anne Francis, the beautiful Anne Francis, when he says, "What's a bathing suit?" And the way Leslie Nielsen turns around here and says, "Ho, murder," is one of my favorite Leslie Nielsens of all time.
Come on in.
Didn't bring my bathing suit.
What's a bathing suit?
Oh.
That actually became a big quote in film school when we were, kind of sci-fi geeks watching this over and over. And Robby the Robot was a great invention because he could make anything. He could make lots of bottles of hooch for you. He can make diamond earrings. He can make sapphires for Anne Francis. And conceptually, I always thought that was really cool. This movie was shot by George Folsey, and his son George Folsey Jr. was my editor on Hostel and Hostel 2. And his grandson Ryan Folsey cut Cabin Fever. So this film, they spent years on these special effects and this kind of design. You watch a lot of Ridley Scott films and James Cameron films, and so many sci-fi films, The Matrix, so many films were influenced by Forbidden Planet. This is a movie that really, built an entire universe. And if you look at Star Wars, you look at kind of when they're shutting down the tractor beam, what the influence and the look of what George Lucas did. So much of it came from Forbidden Planet. In the way that Fritz Lang's Metropolis was massively influenced for science fiction, Forbidden Planet had the same kind of impact. And it had a great script and great acting, and it was scary. And I mean, I think now, modern audiences would find it a little bit slower paced. But look at even the shapes of those diamonds and the way the doors close. It's very much, you can see Star Wars takes a lot of its design from Forbidden Planet. And it's also, it's a really fun movie. It's also one of the films that was the first movie to use a fully electronic score. And actually, it was disqualified from the Composer Society. They wouldn't let it qualify for the Academy Awards because they said it wasn't music. This movie used all tonalities. And now when people talk about using a completely electronic score, it seems like a revolutionary thing. But if you think about it, I mean, this movie came out in 1956, over 50 years ago. To use that kind of sounds in a movie had never ever been done before. So this film is really revolutionary in many ways. And Marvin Miller, who does the voice of Robby the Robot, is the narrator in the trailer, which I think is cool.
Imagine yourself as one of the crew of this faster-than-light spaceship of the future.